Konnichiwa everyone, I'm Gotti. Today's topic is about Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is my favorite movie series of all time. It will be definitely a rare case to hear about Japan's DreamWorks fanbase, so I hope this video is going to be an interesting one. Kung Fu Panda is a famous movie series from DreamWorks. It's a 3D animation movie, basically about a panda being the legendary hero in China. I especially love the second movie, so if you haven't watched the series, I will totally recommend you checking it. For today, there is no spoilers in this video. Since Kung Fu Panda is a popular film, it has quite a lot of spin-off series. I've watched every single one of them, including the final season of the Dragon Knight, which came the most recently. I've watched all the episodes of Legends of Awesomeness and also the Paws of Destiny, so I can tell you that I'm pretty much crazy about Kung Fu Panda. I have to say that TV series aren't as good as the movie series, but I still enjoyed all of them. I also played a couple of TV games, but since most are not released in Japan, I do miss most of them. I really loved the smartphone game called Battle of Destiny, but does anyone know what happened to that game? Because I remember it vanished without any announcement. But anyway, next year, Kung Fu Panda 4 is finally coming on March, so I'm being truly excited about it. So let's move on to the main topic. What I really want to talk about today is how hard it was to be a DreamWorks fan in Japan. To begin with, DreamWorks film is often confused with Disney here. Hey, do you know the movie Shrek? Of course, isn't that the movie Hama-chan was doing the dub? Gosh, I loved that Disney movie so much. Oh, not again. I don't know how many times I deal with this kind of confusion. But don't get me wrong, I don't actually get angry. I understand that it's like asking me whether Kazuya is a character from Tekken or Street Fighter, because I know nothing about fighting games. People don't remember something they aren't interested in. Although, it's still sad that DreamWorks fans were always a minority among these topics. Everyone talks about Disney and Illumination, but no one barely talks about DreamWorks here. In Japan, the Western cartoon fans and furries on internet only talk about this amazing movie company. Though, I have to say that DreamWorks wasn't always being forgotten here. In fact, recently, DreamWorks is being quite popular again. Back in the days, around 2003 to 2009, it was the golden age of DreamWorks film in Japan. The main distribution company was Kadokawa, which has a long history of leading the entertainment industry in Japan. It's hard to explain Kadokawa because it's a huge company. For anime fans, maybe you might know it as the company of Gundam, or Evangelion, or maybe Bungo Stray Dogs. I was still a kid back then, but I remember DreamWorks films being so much advertised on medias. Famous actors and comedians were always chosen for the dubs, and the theme songs were always playing on TV commercials. They even did a movie broadcasting on Kinro. Kinro is a popular TV program that begins on every Friday 9 p.m., which on-airs a full-length movie as a show. Most of the movies are chosen from Ghibli and other family movies, but they sometimes broadcast Hollywood masterpieces. For example, when there was an upcoming Pixar movie, they aired Toy Story or another movie which came last year. I can say that one of the reasons Ghibli and Disney films are so popular here is because of this TV program. Every year on August, they aired Rapitta to make children enjoy, and the next week, they showed Grave of the Fireflies to make adults shatter. Luckily in the 2000s, DreamWorks films were often chosen for this TV program too. As a kid back then, it was an amazing gateway to movies, and it sure was a great advertisement. Going to other types of promotion, there were even Japanese manga versions of DreamWorks films. Those are extremely rare to find now, because most of them were only published in monthly magazines. I actually have one Kung Fu Panda manga, which was drawn by Adachi Takafumi sensei. He is famous among kids for drawing the comic version of Metal Fight Beyblade. The manga version of Kung Fu Panda has the exact storyline from the movie, but it gives you whole different vibes since all of the characters are drawn in his art style. Even though the manga version of Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3 were never officially released, Adachi sensei still loves Kung Fu Panda. He sometimes draws fan arts too. I'll put the link to his Twitter, so if you're interested in, please check Sensei's Twitter. All I want to say is that, back in the 2000s, the company really put effort on promoting DreamWorks film. But it's also true that, back in the days, DreamWorks films were always treated as the goofy version of Disney. The company always highlighted the fun songs in the promotion, and they didn't focus on the ironic adult-themed humor. I'm not sure if this was a reason or not, but DreamWorks films were always compared with Disney, and it did not become as successful as them. Later on, the film distribution company changed to 20th Century Fox on 2012, which was the beginning of the absolute winter age. They stopped promoting DreamWorks animations in Japan, and they even stopped theater release of upcoming movies. Most movies were completely ignored from Japan's cinema scenes, including How to Train Your Dragon 2, The Guardians, and Kung Fu Panda 3. The DreamWorks fanbase in Japan opposed against this and signed up for the theater release. The movement got bigger, and even the director of How to Train Your Dragon 2, Dean Dubois, himself supported this act. But sadly, neither of the movies never came to theater in Japan. This was an absolute sadness for me, because it was right after I watched Kung Fu Panda 2, which turned me into a fan of DreamWorks films. Also, at that time on 2015, The Legends of Awesomeness started on Disney XD in Japan. I was starting to watch old DreamWorks films too, so my expectation for upcoming Kung Fu Panda 3 was already hyping up. Later on, after no announcement being made for several months, Kung Fu Panda 3 finally came to Netflix on summer 2016. But again, the movie never came to theater. I was still happy being able to watch the movie on Netflix, but I am still sad that I wasn't able to enjoy it on the dynamic screen in the theater. But in 2018, the things got better after the film distribution company changed to Gaga. Starting from Boss Baby, so far, the most of the movies are well promoted and being released in the theater again. I still can't say that I'm not completely worried at all, but I can totally believe that Kung Fu Panda 4 will come to Japan in the future. I realized how it's a blessing to be able to watch my favorite movie series in theater. I just want to say that if you have a series which you truly love, you should definitely support it when you have a chance, because companies will easily cut off the fanbase if they can't make enough money. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I can make more videos here, so if you liked my video, please put a like and I will be happy if you subscribe to my channel. And have a wonderful day! Sayonara, everyone!